Joomla keeps track of who writes articles and when they're written. All of this information can be changed to suit your needs. Let's go to the Article Manager. And now let's pull up About Fresh and Local. Before we start editing things here, let's go to the front end. You'll notice that it says that this article was written by administrator. This actually isn't true. John himself wrote this article, and then we entered it into the database. Let's change this. Let's go back to the back end, and then on author alias, type in John's name. Then click Apply. Now let's go back to the front end and click Refresh. You'll notice now it says written by John Callahan instead of written by administrator. You'll also notice that it says Monday, May 5th, 2008 as the creation date. Let's change this. John wrote this several years ago. Let's go back to the back end. You'll notice that there's a box for created date and an icon for a calendar on the right. A pop-up calendar appears where you can pick any date in the past or future. We're going to go to the past. Now click Apply. Let's go to the front end and click Refresh. You'll now notice that the date is Wednesday, May 5th, 2004. There are other situations where you'll want to display an article for a set period of time and then take it off automatically. Joomla can handle a situation like this, so let's go to the back end. First, you'll notice there's a Start Publishing date. If you wanted to set this to a date in the future and not show this article right away, you could do so here. At the moment, it's set to a date in the past, and the article in the front end is showing. If we want to finish publishing this article at a certain date, we can set that. Let's click the pop-up calendar, and we'll set the date for yesterday, and then click Apply. Now let's go to the front end. Click Refresh. You'll notice that now About Fresh and Local is no longer displaying because it's finished publishing. We actually want this article to display, so let's go back to the back end and clear the finished publishing date. Then click Apply. Now you'll notice in the front end when we refresh that the article is back. When you have content you want to publish only at certain times, you can use Start Publishing and Finish Publishing to do so. Also, if you are entering content on someone's behalf, you can give them credit through the author alias. Joomla keeps track of who has access to articles. This information can be overridden in the back end to suit your needs. Let's go to the Article Manager. The Article Manager contains all of the articles we've entered into the database so far. You'll notice that the About John and Meredith article has its access level set to public. If we click this, it changes the access level to registered. Before, anybody and everybody could see the article, but now only people who have registered logins for the site are able to see it. We'll be covering logins in another chapter. If we click this link again, it changes to special. This means that only administrators can see this page. Occasionally, you might want to have a piece of content that you have set aside as a note for administrators to refer to when editing the site. We want everyone to see About John and Meredith, so let's set this article back to public by clicking on the link one more time. You'll also notice that About Fresh and Local is currently set to registered. We did this in a previous video. We'd like to open this back up, and we could do that by clicking this twice, but I'm going to show you another way of doing this. Open up the About Fresh and Local article for editing. Currently, the access level drop-down is set to registered. Let's click this, and you have all the options for access level listed. Let's select Public. Now click Save. Go back to the front end of the website. Before we hit refresh, let's take a look at the About Fresh and Local article for a moment. If we wanted to read more of the article, we would have to register in order to see it. And now, we're going to hit refresh. Now the link has changed to a Read More link, and when we click it, it shows us the article. We didn't have to log in to see this. Controlling who can see a particular article can be very useful. Varying levels of access can create restricted or special parts of your site. When you're building a website in Joomla, you'll frequently want to change the ordering in which articles appear. Right now we have About John and Meredith at the top of the front page and About Fresh and Local beneath. What we really want to do is move About Fresh and Local to the top of the page so it's the first thing that people see, and then they can read About John and Meredith later. Let's go to the back end. Let's also go to the Article Manager. Article Manager displays all of the articles that we've entered into the database so far. If we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that About John and Meredith is on top, and About Fresh and Local is just beneath it. We can reorder these articles using the arrows over here. Just click Move Down. Now we have About Fresh and Local on top, and About John and Meredith on the bottom. Let's go back to the front page. Let's hit refresh now. There's a problem. You'll notice that even though the ordering has About Fresh and Local as first, About John and Meredith is still at the top. That's because layouts in Joomla default to reverse chronological order. Let's go reset this. Let's go to the back end, and let's go to Main Menu. Open up the Home menu item. Go to Advanced Parameters, and then click the drop-down for Primary Order. Set this to Order, and then click Save. Then go back to the front end, and click Refresh. Now, About Fresh and Local appears on top, and About John and Meredith appears beneath it. When you want to reorder your articles in Joomla, go to the Article Manager and use the arrows to reorder the articles.